What's up, YouTube? It's Christmas Day and I'm back with another topic. So last week I spoke to you about being yourself. Now if you missed that video, you missed out on some good stuff. But don't worry, I've got you covered. I'm gonna leave a link to that video in the description section down below or at the end of this video, so be sure to check that out. Today, however, I am going to talk to you on the topic, get your thoughts together, get rid of stinking thinking. So I want you to go get yourself a nice healthy slice of fruit cake and some eggnog or whatever it is that you drink, and come on back and let's get started on today's topic. I want to start off my talk with you today with one of my favorite quotes. Now, this is a quote that I heard years ago and I fell in love with it because I found it to be true. And I think it's fitting for today's talk. Now, it's also a quote that you may have already heard, but I'm going to share it with you. So this quote goes like this: watch your thoughts, for they become words. And then watch your words, for they become actions. Watch your actions, for they become habits. Watch your habits, for they become your character. And watch your character, for it becomes your destiny. I don't know about you, but I think that quote is such a powerful quote. And it's a very simple quote, but just in case you didn't get it, let me just dissect it for you really quickly. So line 1 says, watch your thoughts, for they become words. In other words, watch what you are thinking, because what you are thinking, you will ultimately begin to say. Line 2, watch your words, for they become actions. So in other words, watch the things that you say, because what you say, you will eventually begin to do. Line 3, watch your actions, for they become habits. Watch the things that you are doing, because the things that you are doing are going to become like a routine to you. They're going to become your norm, your custom, your little tradition. So watch those things. And then watch your habits, because your habits become your character. So watch those things that have now become the norm for you, your little routine, because they become, or they help to form your character. In other words, they help to form your personality or your mentality. And finally, watch your character. Watch this little personality that you've built up, this little mentality that you've built, because that is going to shape your destiny. It's going to shape your future. Now, all of this happened from just a thought or a couple of thoughts. So do you see how powerful our thoughts can be? Thoughts are not to be taken for granted. Now, your thoughts can play such a major role in how your life turns out. Our thoughts are actually plans and ideas and opinions that we form in the mind. Our thoughts help to shape and form our behavior, our response, and our interaction with people, situations, and even things. Our thoughts help define who we are as individuals. Believe it or not, our thoughts also have a major impact on our health, our general well-being, and the way we look. For example, have you ever noticed that when you're anxious or worried about something, you tend to look and feel stressed out? And it's not just that you look and feel stressed out, but it's that other people around you noticed that you look stressed out. And if they're brave enough, they might even dare to ask you, but are you okay? You're looking kind of stressed out. Now the customer response to that is, nah, man, I'm good, I'm not stressed out, I'm good. But if you want to give an honest response about your situation, you might say exactly what is stressing you out. So for example, if you're a student and your exams are stressing you out, you might say, man, these exams are stressing me out. If you're a parent with some miserable children, you might say, these kids are stressing me out, they're working my last nerve. If you've got a financial situation, you might say, the bank is stressing me out. I need a loan and they are not giving it to me, so my financial situation is stressing me out. Think about this. Are these elements really stressing you out? Or is it your thoughts or your thought process towards the situation that's stressing you out? You have to remember that you are in charge of your thoughts. You are the one who determines what impacts your mood. I want you to pause right here. Pause right here and ask yourself this question. Ask yourself, am I in charge of my thoughts? Like seriously, do I really take authority over my thoughts? Or are my thoughts in charge of me? Various thoughts run through the mind often. The mind is often referred to as a battlefield, right? And by saying this, all I mean is the mind is a place where different thoughts are always competing for dominance or for precedence. It is therefore up to us as individuals to choose what to focus on. When thoughts run through our minds, we have to take those thoughts captive. And by taking them captive, what I mean is you have to stop your thoughts dead in their tracks and begin to weigh them. Begin to ask yourself some questions about them. Begin to examine your thoughts. Begin to consider them. Ask yourself, is this thought beneficial to me? Or is this thought detrimental to me? How does this thought make me feel? Does this thought make me feel happy? Or does this thought make me feel sad? Is this thought stagnating or hindering my progress? Or is this thought advancing or propelling me in life? Does this thought energize me? Or is this thought draining me and making me feel depressed? You have to ask yourself some questions. Don't allow thoughts to gallivant all over your mind and have their merry way with you. You have to understand that thoughts have power, and you ought to take control of that power and steer it in the right direction so that it improves or enhances the quality of your life. Choose to focus on positive, productive, and beneficial thoughts. Break free from limiting thoughts. Break free from thoughts that tell you that you're a failure, you're not good enough, you're not pretty enough, you're not smart enough, you're never going to amount to anything. Stop those thoughts dead in their tracks. These are negative thoughts, also known as stinking thinking. If you have been through something rough this year and all you can think about are the negatives to your situation, start changing your thought process to positives about the situation. Ask yourself, what did I learn from this situation? What good has come from this? What can I do now to advance myself? Or what can I do now to move forward? Don't sit back and dwell on the negatives of the situation. Instead, use what you have learned to propel you into something better. Use what you have learned to advance yourself. And if it is that you failed at something that you wanted to accomplish this year, and you still want to accomplish it, but your thought process is telling you that you cannot do it, take charge of your thoughts and turn that I can't or I cannot into I can. And pretty soon you will hear yourself say, I did that. Yes. Boom. Now, some of you are so lost in your negative thoughts. You're so lost that you have literally moved into the land of stinking thinking. Like you have moved into that land and taken up residence and set up shop and you don't even know it. And you find that you look around at your life and you do not like what you see and you begin to blame everybody around you. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to have a meeting with yourself. And when you have this meeting, I want you to begin to reflect on the thoughts that you've been having lately. You will find that it is your thought process that has been limiting you. You're the one who has been thinking, I can't do this, or I can't do that, or I'm not good enough. You're the one who has been limiting your progress. You have to remember that personal achievement is as big as your thought process. And that wherever there is a will, there is a way. You just have to be up to the challenge of finding that way. See, most of us have tried at something and then we fail at it, so we stop. Because we think that there is only one way to do something. What you have to understand is that there are several different ways to do any one given thing. If one way fails, get up and try another way. And then there are those of you who have excellent thoughts and excellent ideas, but you're just sitting on them. You are literally not doing anything with these thoughts and ideas. You're waiting on somebody else to come and do something for you, or you're waiting on something to happen that will change your life or change the situation around you. If you continue to do the same old thing all the time, you're going to get the same old results. And then people are going to start calling you crazy, because to keep doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result is the very definition of insanity. What you have to do is to stop wishing and start doing. Get up and move. Get up and get. So in closing my talk for today, I want you to be mindful of the fact that your negative emotions and assumptions do not always reflect the reality of things. For example, you might be thinking or feeling unloved or unwanted, and this is going on in your mind. But the reality of the situation is that you have an entire group of people, friends, family, relatives, loved ones, even your dog, rooting for you and cheering you on. Another thing is, some of you spend too much time thinking about other people. So you let other people take over your thoughts and your thought process. And the thing is, these other people that you are concentrating on, sometimes they're not even thinking about you. As a matter of fact, some of them can't even remember you. And why is this? Because they're so focused on accomplishing their own life goals. And you should be doing this as well. So don't waste your thought process thinking unnecessarily about other people and what they're doing, or what they might be thinking about you, or what they might be saying about you, or, get your thoughts together. So I'm not going to leave you hanging. I actually have 3 suggestions as to how you can get your thoughts on the right track, how you can get your thoughts together. Suggestion number 1, arrest your thoughts. When I say arrest your thoughts, all I mean is whenever a thought runs through your mind, stop it dead in its track. Don't allow it to go any further into your mind. Be like, wait a minute, hold up. You have to go through my security scan. I gotta check you out, make sure you are good for me. Suggestion number 2, weigh your thoughts. Start to weigh and consider your thoughts. You're weighing your thoughts because you are examining your thoughts. You're finding out if this is something that you should keep in your mental capacity. Is this thought good for me, or is it bad for me? Does this thought make me feel happy, or does this thought make me feel sad? Does this thought drain me, or does this thought energize me? Weigh your thoughts. And the third and final suggestion is, wait for it, did you guess it? Choose to focus on the positive thoughts. That's it. Choose to focus on things that are beneficial to you, things that are productive, things that make you happy, things that lifts your spirit and lift your energy. In doing this, you will find that you are less worried, less stressed out, and you're a much happier person. You'll even find that your outlook or your perspective on life begins to change, and even your environment begins to change. So do those 3 things and let me know in the comment section how they work out. So that is that for my video today. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that the content would have blessed you in one way or the other. If you know of someone who might need this type of encouragement or motivation, go right ahead and share the video. And I want to wish everybody who tuned in a very Merry Christmas. I hope that you enjoy the day, that you had lots to eat and drink, and that you were surrounded by a plethora of love and family and good friends. And I want to say a very special shout out to my family and to all of my close friends. I wish everybody a Merry Christmas. See you in the next video. Bye.